That being said, we are live. Welcome back, YouTube. We've got another video coming to you today from the AEF group. It is that Realism group from the Scriptum. They're using the Scriptum Realism mod, and today we're on a brand new map that is being made by this group. Nijmegen. I don't know how to say it. I'll put a link on the screen. Anyway, if you are watching on YouTube, as always, please remember to like and subscribe. We're nearing that 1,000 sub goal. If you can help do that, really appreciate it. Tonight, talking about the match, I'm taking part in a NA One Life event tonight, part of the Operation Market Garden. On the Allied side, we have the O.S.S clan, Gamma Company, and I believe there's one more. We have the Scry clans, and then on the Axis side, we have the 1st RB, the 5th GB division, BR1, and the 9SS. So that is all the clans taking part tonight. I'll have links to those names in the video description. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video tonight, YouTube. Let's talk about the event. This is a One Life event, and the Operation Market Garden events are very secretive. They don't give the details out to either team, so neither team knows the strength of the other team tonight. They don't even know fully the objectives, what the other team has tonight. So it's going to be a complete surprise to both teams. It's also a surprise to me. I'm not given that much information about the events. I don't really know the objectives. I don't know the strengths of the teams and what they have possible in their arsenal. So we're going to be learning as we go as well. We're just going to be spectating, casting, watching what happens. The usual rules applies though. This is a One Live event using Scriptum Realism mod. So respawn waves that the commanders can call in, limited kits, customized equipment. The aim to make it more authentic and realistic. There is a bit of a blurb, and I can read the blurb. On day 1, Allied divisions dropped into Nijmegen and secured a hefty foothold on the south side of the Lull River. In the early morning of day 2, before the sun came up, more Allied paratroopers attempted to drop on the north side of the Lull River, but the attack was unsuccessful, and Allied airborne took heavy losses. Now, with the sun rising, the Germans are planning something. What is going on? What is going on? So let's have a look on the board already. So it looks like the Germans already have a heavy tank in their arsenal. They've got a Panzer on the board. Look at that Panzer. I can't wait for the armor overhaul to come out, and these realism mods are going to be impacted heavily.
You can hear the bird turning. That's how close.
We've got Pigeon and Ewok. You're going to hear them talking about the tank. Let's just pop on the nameplates a little bit so we can get a little bit of an idea of what action is taking place here. With that Panzer firing down range, already heavy ordnance in hand. We've got Allied squads over here. They've got Axis squad members over here. They've got the updated half track. You can see it covered in camouflage, especially used for this One Life event. It's part of the Scriptum Realism mod. The extra camouflage on the side to help this camouflage. See a Scry 30 cal Browning machine gun here firing on the half track. Waifu in the back there, he's being suppressed, and he's actually taking a little bit of shrapnel damage at that. Panzer keeps pushing forward. Pigeon, is Pigeon trying to put a potato in the exhaust? Pigeon might have placed a mine there. And the engine, there goes the engine. The Panzer has been disassembled temporarily. And a second shot comes in on the Panzer. Where did that second shot come from? It was a bit of a ricochet shot, but it still did damage. Ewok goes down there as Axis soldiers try to come clear out the building and support the Panzer as its engine's been disabled. The Panzer firing close there. The blast from the cannon actually rolled the Panzer back, and we hear a plane coming in. There was a bombing run called on Waifu. Interesting, that was a German bombing run. And it dropped right on Waifu. We'll just get down into the action here. We've got the 5th GB division, part of the Axis forces tonight, pushing forward, moving across this destructive terrain here. Look at all the buildings. All the terrain has been completely destroyed by the war that is going on here. We've got an O.S.S Allied squad close by. Soon going to have close quarter combat going on here. So far the teams are fighting through the demolished parts of the town. All the cover is broken. All the buildings are laying in ruin for the most part. Further here to the west, let's just see where that strafe run comes in. I actually didn't see where the strafe runs landed. Over here, further to the western part of the battle so far, we have the BR1 squad, part of the Axis tonight, pushing in. They suffered a little bit of casualties from, is that Jutty and Razor? Holding the stairs. As they came under a lot of pressure there. Puppies also get sprayed down there. A little bit of a lag spike, I'm sorry if that comes out on stream. And there we have the cannon. I was looking to where the allied cannon came from. And we can see it here, Scry Clan with Crescent Sickle and Ruin using that big heavy 6-pounder, the British 6-pounder. Devastating, possibly the best AT gun in the game because it has that APS ammo, it's mobile, it can pen anything the Germans put on the board if it's using APS ammo. Looks like the German forces suffering a little bit of casualties here as mortars start running down their heads. They have cleared out the building next to the Panther, but look at that mortar barrage. Quick mortar barrage absolutely wipes out half a squad here from the 9SS, and that Panzer is completely stuck at the moment. Engine disabled. Looks like only the driver is potentially alive with that Panzer, as Sully and the mighty Artemek are pinning down the 5th GB division as they were trying to push forward. BAR, M1 Grant. Sully begging, asking for them to peek. Just peek one time. Peek one time. Sully's looking for that shot. Peek one time. 6-pounder still firing overhead. And there's Sully. Sully got his peek. Just peek one time. So it looks like the Axis suffering a lot of casualties early on here. A lot of casualties early on for the Allies as they try to push through the east side of the town, through the destruction. Panzer down to half health, engine badly damaged, limping back. Lots of dead Axis soldiers here. As the BAR on the BR1, sorry, continue to push through the east. Again, sorry if I mess up any names. Hey, I'm English. I grew up in the country around farmers, you know. I can barely read. And there's a lot of new names here tonight. I will mess them up. The BR1 trying to collect their casualties, collect their down individuals, probably wanted to push forward this fight. They have suffered a few losses as they're trying to move through these buildings one by one. A lot of open ground on this part of the town with the mass destruction that has been happening. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the map name again. I'm going to get it wrong. Nijmegen? Nijmegen. Mortars raining down again on the German positions over here. Not much damage. That was more of an artillery barrage. Not much damage with them. Maybe just some PTSD cause as the O.S.S. are trying to sweep and clear through the ruined destruction here. Going from rubble to rubble. You can see Matthias there.
Alright, let's pull back.
The last Axis soldier there being sniped at distance. And you can see how happy the O.S.S. were then. Save them the job of having to get into close quarters. BR1 still trying to push forward over here. They suffered another casualty as the Drew goes down. Trying to move through this rubble little by little. Going to be half of them to do so. Not a lot of suppressive fire going on for the Germans at the moment. They have suffered a lot of casualties. No smoke barrages coming in. No mortars for them. No artillery. They do have that heavy Panzer, but that Panzer early on getting disabled like that, then getting hit by a couple of rounds from that 6-pounder really did hinder the firepower the Germans had at their capability here. So now they're having to rely on the infantry they have. And with casualties going down, stacking up. They are losing a lot of suppressive firepower that they have in their arsenal. Love Pump goes down there. He gets sprayed down by the BR1 as they're pushing forward. But you can see machine gun fire returning on them now. BARs and 30 cal machine guns suppressing them in their position. They're going to get sandwiched at this point, slowly encircled as the O.S.S are moving in. The Sarge getting sprayed out there. He goes down. Polish engineer following up behind. Polish engineer, he gets tagged down. Sarge is still alive. But the BR1 are under a lot of pressure here. And they're going to get surrounded and circled if they're not too cautious here. Sarge returning fire there. M1 Grand. Ping, ping, ping. Sarge using the terrain to his advantage there. Just trying to hold back the push of the Germans and wait for further reinforcements, I imagine. You see, this is a very good spread going on for the Allies' defense here. They're not stacked up as one large squad. They're spreading out into groups of 2 to 3, holding up multiple positions, trying to have eyes and ears absolutely everywhere. So there's excellent defense going on so far for the Allies. Love Pump's body getting absolutely pummeled by grenades being thrown back. I've never seen this building before, I don't think. What I love about these modded maps is they go through the... Not only do they add their own hard work by adding new assets into the game, but they also go through all the assets currently in the game, and they find a nice blend of adding them all together. Sarge looks like he got pushed here by a 3-man BR1 squad. He goes down. As slowly the German forces regrouping a little bit, building up their strength once again, maybe going to be acting a little bit more cautious now. That first wave came in very brashly with that Panzer, and they suffered the consequences for that. But that was a big shot there from the Panzer. Panzer firing straight down range, getting a quadruple kill there, and with the MG fire afterwards, absolutely suppressing. What a shot we just caught there. See the 6-pounder still in position here, ready to pin that Panzer if it does push forward. But that's an excellent work there for the Panzer. The Panzer has been repaired a little bit. The engineers have got it back operational and mobile, and it's doing a good job suppressing already. Great job there by the Germans. If they can keep this strength up going now, if they can keep this momentum, they'll no doubt quickly change the tide of battle here. That machine gun fire from that Panzer is going to be careful, though. He is suppressing his own team a little bit there. As BR1 have a heavy ordnance shell and a couple of machine gun rounds go flying straight over their head as they're trying to flank in. And the Allied forces are going to end up being encircled a little bit on all sides, with the BR1 on the flank there. And with the Panzer and the rest of the Axis forces coming in from the east, the Allied forces might find themselves sandwiched a little bit. And look how much slower this is going on now. The German forces, instead of just pushing in brashly, they're setting up machine guns, getting into positions, raining down suppressive fire. Excellent work here. Look at this machine gun position. What an excellent place for this machine gun to put itself. Hard cover. Looks like the half track was taken out. I imagine that's about 6-pounder. But look how well positioned these MGs are now. MG34s and MG42s. Able to get into a good visibility, good place for them just to push bullets down range. And if the enemy can't poke his head up, if the enemy can't return fire, it allows for your infantry, your tanks, your vehicles to push in, take advantage of that, and start doing the close quarter work. So you see the Germans acting a little bit more cautiously now, and it's starting to pay off for them. The Allied forces struggling to hold on in the first early minutes here. BR1 still hold down this crossroads. They still suffer casualties over here. They're trying to push forward. You can see, what's that? Old guy. Cave. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I'm just going to call him X. They try to push forward more, but they have suffered casualties. Old man, the only one alive. Now, Old man, if he has grenades, it could get some big grenades over here. Is that a Vickers gun? Oh my god, I love it. I love it, man. Look at the place for this Vickers gun. I was like, that doesn't sound like a Browning. That doesn't sound like an American gun. Vickers upstairs in here. What a great position for it to be. Again, this is what the modders can do. This is what these one life events are about. There's so much creativity, so much skill with these modding teams to do things like that just look cool. You would not get that on a public server. An old man walks right into the Vickers gun there, and it's Digital who gets another kill with that Vickers gun in such a key position. Gamma Company is suffering a few casualties over here as well, as it looks like a couple of Axis forces got in. I will say it's Halloween. If you hear fireworks going on in the background, so makes it nothing I can do. I just heard a massive explosion happen outside of me. I live in the UK. It's not gunshots. It's not bombs. I'm not being raided. Don't worry. It's Halloween and there's fireworks going on. It's 8 o'clock at night. It's time for the fireworks to begin. So yeah, if you hear massive explosions going on while I'm casting, I am safe. Do not worry. At least I hope. MG's in position again, and again, this is more key suppressing fire going on here. Suppressive fire is how you win these one life events. The MG34 suppressing Scry waifu in that building there, allowing for the rest of his team to push forward. Excellent work there by the MGs, but they didn't clear the building. Well, they didn't initially clear the building, but the mighty Artemic, he does go down to a grenade, so they have cleared the building now. That would have been very unfortunate if they didn't clear that building. He would just pop up, bang, 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 fish in a barrel, shoot them all. The 9SS here doing great work though. This is how these one life events do go. Suppressive fire is so much more important in these one life realism events. You can't just keep respawning over and over again, attacking a point. Your life is so much more valuable. So suppressive fire, the mechanic that everyone hates, is actually so important in these one life events, and it can often lead you to winning the fight. Muller's the one leading forward here with the MP40, MG42 and MG34 behind him supporting with suppressive fire. Excellent work so far. You can see the 9SS also taking up the hill here, where there's a castle located, a little mini castle, with more MGs in position, raining down suppressive fire, slowly starting to push back against the Allied defenders, encircling them little by little. Big shot from that 6-pounder then. No damage dealt with it, but nevertheless, the Germans are going to have to be aware that there is a big 6-pounder on the board. Or some kind of AT gun. Strafe coming in, sound like an American strafe. Might have actually got a couple of kills then as it was placed over in this building. We missed the shots coming in. Second one. The second one went a little bit deeper. No kills from the second one. Crystal, Muller, and Richter all pushing forward here. You can hear the tank flanking around in the distance. Richter gets hit by a long-range sniper. I think that might have been Ruin there, all the way in the back. You can see Ruin's name all the way in the back there. Wooldale. Everyone in chat at the moment on Twitch, welcome, welcome. Appreciate it. Much love. New half-track on the board for the 9SS half-track. It's got that hard cover. It's got that big machine gun as well, able to supply multiple forms of support to the infantry. And so far, big grenade landed on the inside. I'm not sure if that was a grenade blast or was that a friendly grenade that didn't land very well. Could have been a German grenade as well from the 9SS there. But they do a good job. Han Solo, Butterfingers both go down. I mean, with a name like Butterfingers, could have been a friendly grenade. Crystal and Muller lost a little bit of support, but they still have machine gun fire going on overhead. As the Allied forces slowly starting to be pushed back from their holdings over here. You can see Bismarck, Slobbish, and only Lobster alive from the O.S.S over here at the moment.
Spring, but if you're dead, then we'll be there.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
bud. We'll try to make our way back to you.
I think he is alive. He's just hiding.
No.
He could be stuck as well. Sometimes you get stuck in these buildings. A little bit of a lull in the combat again, and this is how these events go. Can be a big burst of action, and then it slows down as both teams recalculate, reorganize, get into position, call in their reinforcements, and we've got that little bit of slowness building in again. You can hear a little bit of machine gun fire going on, but for the most part, everything's slowed down again as the teams both pull in their reinforcements and reorganize and reposition. So we're going for that little lull pull at the moment. The Axis forces have done a good job pushing through the ruined parts of the town so far. They have pushed the Allies all the way back into concentrated forces at this point. Can they keep up that pressure, or are they going to start to soften up themselves as they do sustain a lot of casualties? While we've got a little bit of lull in the combat, let's have a look at the kill boards quickly. So far, we've got 34 kills to 22 kills in favor of the Allies. 43 deaths to 44, pretty much tied. Wounds-wise, the biggest difference we've got at the moment, though, is 43 wounds inflicted by the Allies. Only 25 wounds by the Axis. And speaking of which, we've got another mortar barrage coming down here as the 5th GEB tried to move into position. 2 casualties suffered there by mortars. Fuchs. He is looking to secure the first building here. Lobster's the only one on the inside. He's kind of trapped on the inside. The rest of his crew, his squad went down. Winter pushing forward. Fuchs trying to break on the inside. Couple of pistol rounds as he tries to get over the rubble. And a trade there. Lobster and Fuchs trade a shot on each other. Unfortunate there for Lobster. He was left alone. Not much he could have done. Big artillery strike there. I'm not quite sure whose artillery strike that would have been. I imagine that was probably the Allies trying to hold back a push from the German forces as they get closer and closer here. Looks like Crystal goes down. Muller's the only one alive with that MP40 from this initial squad that pushed forward here with excellent suppressive machine gun fire. We heard the Panzer moving. The Panzer has now moved on top of the hill. Great spot for the Panzer to be. Gives it great visibility over the town below. If I just hide names for a second. Look at the range the Panzer has now. It's able to fire on so many buildings from this position. Also, it's going to be half of the 6-pounder to shoot at the Panzer on top of this raised ground. Panzer in an excellent position just to fire downrange of the suppressive fire. And there he goes. Machine guns firing into the large 2-3 story. We see opposite us. Great position for that Panzer. That Panzer can just fire down range now. Heavy ordnance will blast through any buildings. When the armor overhaul comes out, going to be even better as well. German forces slowly pushing forward. German forces slowly pushing forward further and further. MG fire from that half track. You can see Voss on that half track firing that MG42 into the building next to Muller there. Rufus, Muller. This is the main bulk of the Allied defense so far. This large 3-story here. Where are these buildings from? I swear. I think this is the Karatan building, right? This is a Karatan only building, which is such a shame. It's so well designed.
Do we have a radio in here? Anyone with a radio? Negative. No? He's in D! God damn it.
We're at a Panzer. Yeah, like the work these modders do, I absolutely love, man. Like these buildings, you don't get a lot of these buildings in other maps. Aside from one map, that building there was pretty much only a Chapter 3 Karatan map. I can't even think of where these trees are from. These destroyed trees. Pistol versus pistol, and the American wins. The O.S.S. hold for now. Muller and Rufus tried to push inside. They did a good job, best they could, when it's 2 versus 4 to 5. Did what they could, but the O.S.S. for the Allies hold strong. The 5th GB. Grenadier in hand. Good blast from him. Who's he? Sorry, Winter. Good blast from him into the upper story of this building over here. Again, another unique building, man. I love all this. Let's head on over to BR1. Puppies, Cave, and Adams. On the flank, trying to get into a position to support the rest of the team further to the east. Yo, Hinkle, how you doing, man? Appreciate you dropping by. Much love. If Adams can get into a position with this MG42 on the flank, that's going to be great for some suppression. I'll just hide names so you can see what he can see. This is actually a pretty good spot here. He'll be able to cut off any reinforcements, no doubt, coming in for the Allies. Wait, is there actually a basement? Oh. A few shots coming down range there. Let's just turn on names for a second to see who that is. Sam from Gamma Company. Putting some shots down here on Cave and Puppies. I think it was Sam. You can see a bullet hole went by him pretty close. What's going on in the chat? Alright, has there been some rule breaks? Hey. I don't know anything about no rule breaks. I'm just here to enjoy the battle and commentate on it. Bombing run coming in. Interesting, like the German planes, they're not Stukas at this point. It sounds like the mods have changed them so that they don't do the whole... What's the noise the Stuka makes? Just noise. They've changed it so the bombing runs now, I guess, are using different planes. But nevertheless, you can see the results of that bombing run coming in, getting a nice little kill here. As mortars rain through the town. BR1 regrouping. Oh, a big mortar. Very lucky for the BR1 guys there. That one piece of wall saved them. That mortar almost getting a quadruple kill, but those 2 pieces of walls absolutely saved them there. Puppies with the long-range shots on there, pinning the Allies even more. The Allies are slowly starting to trickle back as the Germans, the Axis forces, make their advances through this destroyed Dutch town. It is Dutch, right? It is Dutch. It's got to be Dutch. Panzer with its long-range shots from the distance. Let's just hide names again so we can see the visibility range. Able to shoot all the way down range there, look. I would have laughed if that guy just got absolutely blasted as he ran in front of the tank. I love when your own team runs in front of your tank and just boom, dead. Panzer pushing forward. I would love one day in the future to Periscope to update the admin cam, so you could actually click on a player and you get to see what they see. So we could go on board the gunner inside the tank and be able to see what he sees and what he's shooting at. I hope one day that is something they could maybe update. Artillery strike coming in meantime, however, landed right on top of this concentrated defensive force here as the Germans are trying to break it. You bet in the bare trees are from the winter map. Probably, because I can't think of a map that has them. I can't think of a map. Maybe some parts of Chapter 2. Or maybe Maginot, the new Maginot map. Anyway, the 9SS pushing forward again. They've got those MG suppressing as infantry push forward. Moving through the destroyed ground. The defilades into the buildings. They're trying to push this large structure here. Grenades going out. Big grenade there. Lots of grenades. Absolute volley of grenades there. Actually doing a good job to try and blast a way in. That MG fire straight through the doorway. The Mighty and Crasher both goes down. The O.S.S, knowing they're sort of heavily casualties, they've got reinforcements coming in now as the Germans are pushing heavily here. Can the Germans keep up this pressure? If this large structure falls, that might be the key for the Germans to push even deeper.
Yep.
Sergeant Pigeon going for the angle on the right flank here.
Tank is pushing out.
Let me see if I can...
I knew that was coming. Panzer with a huge shot there, hitting the back wall, blasting Pigeon. Pigeon and the Slobbish both go down as the Panzer blast that back wall, sending shrapnel and a shockwave crushing those nearby. Rufus getting close, grenade in hand. Beautiful grenade on the inside.
Oh, Jesus Christ, why am I not dead yet? Yeah, no, my grenade down.
Intense battle going on at the moment for this building as the 9SS push in. Friendly fire there from the tank. She getting a little bit of close range fire, slapping down a couple of the Germans assaulters coming in there. That's very unfortunate for the Germans trying to push into this building. They're going to need every number they can. Once they get into close quarters, the Americans have that advantage. Faster firing guns. They have the M1 carbine, the M1 Grand. They've got Thompsons. They have the faster firing guns on close quarters. So they're going to have to try to suppress with it as much as they can. Richard gets shot in the back as Rufus runs in the same direction. Big shot from the Panzer though takes out Sarge. That Panzer knowing exactly where those shots were coming from. Returns fire immediately to help his infantry. Let's just hide names. Germans are finally broken inside, but one goes down. One alive. Couldn't get the kill. He did land one shot, but Bismarck somehow survived. Bismarck's probably going to bleed out though if he doesn't bandage himself. Really unlucky for Crystal there. Not quite sure how the American didn't go down. Great MG fire going down there. You can see Winlows went down. Ewok also gets blasted out as the 5th GB Infantry Division start to push around the flank. Panzer slowly controlling and pushing forward down the road. Dice saw Pigeon retreating into the back room. They know he's there. Pigeon, great shot from him.
You want me to try to meet you back here? Or...
Pigeon with another kill there. Pigeon just confirmed they're friendly mortars. So Pigeon is kind of sandwiched at the moment. Pigeon is doing a good job holding. And then Ban goes down to a mortar landing right on top of his head. Pigeon holding the buildings and with the friendly mortars coming to support him as well. Manages to hold that road. Good job to him. The Panzer are still pushing forward. Infantry nearby the Panzer has as the admins are clearing up some message. I don't know what's happening. I'm just having fun watching the fights, man. Meanwhile, we've completely neglected to have a look what's going on with the BR1, and the BR1 have a good fight going on their hands over here. They're facing up against some Gamma Company and O.S.S soldiers on the defense. BR1 doing a good job trying to push through these buildings on the east side. Great grenade goes out from there. Might land right on Big John. Big John just retreats around the corner. Love fun pack on the board. He went down earlier. Is Jutty alive upstairs, or is it bugged out? Oh, the camera's a little bit fast. It's hard. Inside the buildings, the camera's a little bit fast. Jutty was alive on the stairs. Takes down Cave. X goes down as well. I'm just trying to slow my camera down a little bit. Puppy's on the inside of the building as well. Doesn't realize Jutty's gone downstairs. Jutty with the big play. And Jutty gets the kill on Puppy's there. Jutty knowing shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot, move. Don't stay on the same spot. That information was reported back to Puppies, but Jutty changed his location so the next guy wouldn't know exactly where he was standing. So good job there by Jutty holding down this building so far. BL1 still trying to push through. They have secured a lot of the old buildings, a lot of the rubble. Adams, he's just a pull at this point as Gamma Company push back on the western side here. Old Man and what's that? Bruh. Joy's still holding the stairways. That's the power of the Americans when it comes to close quarters. Americans on the close quarters clearing these buildings is going to be so incredibly difficult. So they've got those M1 Grants, they've got the Thompsons against Car 98s. It's going to be so hard for them. Love pump.
I've been hiding the whole time.
And Bra getting the kill on Jutty. Pistol in hands. Jutty whiffing a few of his shots there. And Bra managing the last survivor of the BR1 squad pushing in on the western flank. Mad Snake, Ruin also trying to push in. Looks like Love Pump took a shot at some point. Got Mad Snake and Ruin now.
That 30 cal was a friendly that was just shooting you.
Mad Snake trying to clear out a little bit of a pre-fire.
I'm gonna move right.
Guys, just on the other side.
Oh, and a trade there's Bruh takes down Ruin. And Mad Snake throws a grenade on the body just to make sure. Pretty sure we just witnessed a war crime. Pretty sure we just witnessed a war crime by Mad Snake. But, you know. Hey, it is what it is, I guess. Who am I to judge? I'm not the what's it, the Belgians? The Geneva conventions, whatever. I don't look. I'm just a powerless spectator in this. So both sides suffering a lot of casualties. We'll take a look at the scoreboards as the combat lulls down a little bit. We'll just get out. We'll just look at the scoreboards a little bit to see what is happening at the moment. So on the Allies, we've got 73 kills to 71 kills. 99 deaths for the Allies versus 84 for the Axis. And 95 wounds for 83 wounds. So very close. The only difference here, major difference, is the Allies have 14 revives to the 5 Axis revives. So very close battle, but it looks like the Allied medics are currently carrying this for the defenders for the most part. As we just continue this battle. I'm actually not sure. I didn't start my timer, so I don't know how much time has actually elapsed in this battle. I can try to figure it out from Twitch. I think about 30 minutes. I think we're about halfway through. I could be wrong. I think about 30 minutes I've played as artillery from the Allies goes down. No artillery damage done there for the most part. I think we've had about 30 minutes. I could be wrong. MG42s once again firing at anything they see. Any silhouettes they see move in the distance, they're firing.
In this building, come to me. You can. I'm medic.
No, it's not possible. It's too big. Yeah. Someone needs to watch this fucking door. Alright, I'll watch it.
Can I say it's because usually my casts usually involve all the all the European clans. So there's a lot of European accents. It's nice to have American players playing the American faction and speaking American. You get me? The American faction have American accents when we hear them talking. Panzer back on scene. That Panzer's been up all game doing absolute damage. Once again returning to just do suppressive fire on this large free-story in front of us. Was that a gammon bomb? I think someone just did a long-range gammon bomb. Whoever threw that gammon bomb, damn, they got an arm on them, man. That was a long-range throw. Or was that Slobbish with the gammon bomb? That was a long-range throw from him. Ooh, and Love Pump. I feel like every time we look at Love Pump, he just dies. I need to stop looking at Love Pump. He just got his head shaved. I need to stop looking at him. I feel like I'm a curse. I'm a caster curse for Love Pump. Let's just go on board the Panzer while it just does damage down range. When the Panzer gets hit by another large explosive there, that looked like a TNT or a gammon bomb potentially. It knocked the Panzer down to about half its health, it felt like. Panzer retreating back a little bit. No infantry support really close to him. Another gammon bomb there. I feel like the Germans are just, the Americans are just like throwing as many gammon bombs as they can towards this Panther. Trying to scare it away. I mean, baseball is an American pastime, right? So I imagine there's a lot of good throwers on the American army. Plane in the far distance there. As the Panda holds the main road. It looks like we've got some combat going on even deeper in the map from BR1. Let's just zoom on over here. We haven't been... zoom. The BR1 pushing in very deep over here. I can't wait for the... I was about to say, I can't wait for the armor update to come out. Panther getting himself in a little bit of a situation there, trying to drive through these defilades in the ground. I can't wait for the... another... What is that? It's not the 6-pounder. It sounds like a gammon bomb. I can't wait for the armor update to come out to add more immersion for tank crews and also for the rest of the vehicles as well. When the rest of the vehicles get updated and they all have gearboxes and everything. It's going to make these One Life events so much more... it's going to make these One Life events, these Realism events, so much more compelling when the vehicles have the gearboxes.
Medic. I'm a frag it. Frag out. Good nade, good nade.
Roger.
Dong another
Let's
one.
push it in. Let's push
Hold
this
on,
in.
hold on. One more nade.
Roger.
Good nade, good nade.
Good.
multiple Americans here. We'll go on board them as they infiltrate and try clear out.
It's friendly fire. It's friendly fire. Fucking A.
Fucking A. Fucking A.
No, there's a German here.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like fucking A is like the equivalent of saying it's Tuesday, innit, bruv? I feel like it's like the American version of it's Tuesday, innit? Fucking A. So the Germans losing that Panzer is going to be a heavy loss to what they have on their attack roster here. Not quite sure what else they have up their sleeves, but if they're only down to infantry now, it's going to be very hard for them to work through these buildings and clear them out one by one. What is this crater? That crater looks so cool as well. So many little art assets that I feel like I've never seen before. So many of these little art assets that I feel are just completely unique that I've never seen. I've never seen this crater with crumbled rock and concrete in it.
Sniper in the distance, sniper.
Zombie. Or is that meant to be zombie? Zombie?
Friendly's here, friendly's here. Friendly parts. Yep, friendly's here.
Nine SS suffering a lot of casualties there as once again another wave of German attackers trying to come in. 9 SS from the far east trying to push through the town through the greenery area over here, but they're met by staunch defense with the O.S.S. Sky. Is it Scry? Hawk here and Otto. Outnumbered and getting flanked, and boom goes the head of Hawk. Now we've got little Otto all on his own. Actually getting killed down range there. You saw Pigeon. Also hits a shot on Slobbish. Took down Pigeon. Almost took down Slobbish. Not able to make it inside though. Ruin and Junty there, coming with the flank, also Breaker flanking, knocking them out. I do hear an engine coming forward as we've got the 5th GB once again pushing down the main road of the street here. It's that large 3-story Allied defensive building again holding back a lot of the attack coming in. The Axis forces just cannot break this little cluster of buildings here, especially the large 3-story. We can hear a new tank on the scene, though. It is the 2nd Panther. And there is a lot of infantry. Well. There was more infantry able to spot it.
Other blown out buildings.
Black Shadow BAR in hand. Can he suppress down the street? Ewok in support. Have they changed the American uniform? What is that on Ewok's back? Ewok, stay still. I've never seen that on the American kit before. This large, like, cylinder on the right-hand side of Ewok. What is that? That must be new. I don't think I've ever recognized that before. Panzer lobbing shots down the street again, suppressing this large three-story. Lots of casualties meantime. Was this a Panzer shot? This is probably a Panzer shot straight through the alley here. Look at all the downed O.S.S. members. Big shot once again in the same spot that the Panzer hit a shot earlier. Another large quadruple kill for him. As the 5th GB struggling to move down the street here. MG42 in hand. 10 minutes on the board, so I was roughly right with my time calculations. Admin broadcasting there's 10 minutes left for the Germans to attack and take this first objective. The 5th GB doing their best to move down the street. That Panzer needs to work with the infantry a little bit. Get close to them, just start blasting a hole down through the defenders. Ewok goes down. Let's go on board Art over here. Oh, there's another Vickers gun here. Well-placed Vickers gun. Yet again, look at the place for that Vickers gun. I love little things like this, man. They look so nice. Panzer rolling forward. The mighty Ark might be the first line of defense here soon for a wave of German forces coming in. He's got Black Shadow not too far behind. You can see the bulk of the defenders here still hold up this little crossroads, the large 3-story and the 2-story on the rear. Panzer having a little bit of trouble navigating through these craters. As we go on board Pigeon and Jutty now. There is a flank on the western side going on at the moment. You see the 9SS trying to break through the west over here. Only Sarge from the O.S.S. holding down the west side. Lots of pressure coming in for the Allies. I feel like this is where the Axis have thrown all their concentration now, all their time. They're just trying to blast through the line of defense here in this last 10 minutes. The American defenders doing their best to suppress, hold back the tide that is slowly rolling in. Got Big John with a BAR. So that Panther slowly creeping back and forth. See the 5th GB here kind of needs some release. They're being pinned down here. Winter runs around the cover. Bullets go flying by him as he relocates. This squad over here really needs some kind of support. They're kind of sandwiched there with machine gun and rifle fire ricocheting around them. The 9SS are breaking through on the western side, eastern side. So the east, yeah, the eastern side. They are trying to wrap around on the east. They're doing a good job clearing through the buildings one by one, securing them. As that Panzer, here we go. This is what the 5th GB needed. They needed this Panzer close to help relieve them a little bit, return some suppressive fire down the streets so the infantry can then push forward. Big blast there going out from the Panther, trying to suppress. Can the 5th GB now push out with the tank in support? You hear that Panther? The Panther hears the machine gun. It's looking for where that BAR is. Winter gets shot as he tried to peek around the corner. So they're still stuck here. This Panther needs to suppress, needs to support, so the 5th GB can push out. Panther locates the shots. Ruin from the Scry. He goes down. Blasted there. Pigeon with the bayonet charge. Bazooka straight into the side. As the Panzer's engine is disabled, you can see Die pushing forward there. They're trying to spot this tank. Hey, Die, he sacrificed himself, man. The Germans really do need this tank to stay mobile and stay up. This tank is everything to them at the moment as it gets hit with a gammon bomb on the front there. Panzer Grenadier on the flank. He managed to get around. Is he going to be able to place another Hawkins mine? Or get inside? And some of them with a team kill. What is going on? What is going on? Then Summer runs up, shoots his buddy. Panzer Grenadier. I think you need to get out of that. I don't think that's intentional. Let's head on over to the eastern side, sorry. As the 9SS continue to try hold over here. They've got the half-track in support for the O.S.S. And the Allies pushing back strong. Trying to hold the approach that was coming in on this side of the map. Doing a good job, actually, because the 9SS over here was making big gains through the buildings, one by one. You can see how close they got to pushing on a flank on this large three-story. Panzer being swarmed here as the 5th GB tried to support the Panzer. This might have been the last roll of the dice here for the German forces. The Allies have held strong. Looks like there's been a couple little rule breaks. Hey, I'm not going to get involved in that discussion. I'm not here to discuss all that stuff. I'm here just to watch and have fun. I've seen different clans that work tonight here. Clans that I don't usually spectate for. I got to see Scry. I've never seen the Scry clan before, so it's been nice seeing those guys. Gamma Company, I've had a little bit of interaction with. BR1, I've never seen BR1 play before in Postscriptum, so it's nice seeing them play. O.S.S, I've seen a little bit. But yeah, it's been nice seeing a bunch of clans that I've never really had much interaction with before, some for the first time. On this map as well, first time on this map, and it's been great. I loved it. I love this map. This is my kind of map. I love urban maps. These are always my favorite maps. Going all the way back to like the early Battlefields or Call of Duty, Striker Carcan on Battlefield 2, still one of my favorite maps of all time. Block on Call of Duty 4, absolutely one of my favorite maps of all time. As the 9SS over on the western side, they're kind of been dealt with. The half-track has been stolen and then destroyed. Friendly fire as Slobbish tried to steal the half-track, and the half-track in turn gets exploded, probably not realizing it's an American who's hijacked it. A little bit of Grand Theft Auto going on. As the 9SS are trying to push in again. Let's just have a look at the kill. Actually, we'll hold off on the kill both because I can hear a tank push in again. Third Panzer this time. As the Allies are holding strong, the BR1 are still on that eastern flank. So you can see the Germans have started to encircle the Allies. They're trying to just sandwich them in this pocket here. But the Allies are so dug in. They're holding so well. If we just get a large aerial view of the battle here, you can see all the reds starting to encircle around the blue in the middle. Tightening the noose. Little by little. But I feel like they're running out of time. They're running out of assets. The Panzer now just driving straight down the street. Hey, this might actually pay off for them as he gets 2 kills straight off the bat there. A few gammon bombs land nearby, but no kills. A bazooka ricochets off the roof. As the Panther just plummets straight down the street. Sully takes himself out there. Look at the Americans trying to swarm this Panther. Another big blast there. Yes, this is what I want to see, man. Just a tank going ape. Panzer's engine finally goes out as it propels itself into a tree in a ditch. But look at the carnage the Panzer cause as the 9SS are flanking round on the rear. Panzer actually hitting a shot on a vehicle then. It took out a Jeep. And a ceasefire is called. I think that is time. I feel like that Panzer, if that Panzer did that earlier on in the match, that would have shaken things up for this objective, man. If that Panzer just went all in earlier on, that really made the difference. They just strode through the streets and the Americans just swarming at it from all over, just running out of the buildings, running out, bazookas firing from rooftops, mines and gammas being thrown at it. But a ceasefire is called, so that does mean the Allies hold this objective. GG to all involved. Let's have a look at the kill boards quickly. So we've got 155 for the Allies to 148, so very close. Deaths-wise, 189 to 176, and then wounds 167 to 181. The biggest difference comes from the revives. The Allies 26 to 5 for the Germans. So the revives are what really did help carry this for the Allies on the defense. Kills-wise, we've got 18 there in the lead for Shish of the O.S.S, 10 for Slobbish and Sam from Gamma Company and O.S.S, another 10 down here for Big Man, and then 13 from Breaker. Those are the top kills on the Allies side. Over on the German side, we've got 43 from Endelweiss in the tank, I believe. 11 from Oskan Weiss as the commander. 8 from Fuchs. Another 8 there from K from BR1. All the way down here, 11 with Wise again. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that was a game. I like this. I like this. I don't know what's going on in chat. I mean, I'll let the clans and the event organizers figure that out. I don't care. I was just here to watch the action, and boy, I had fun. What do you guys think on Twitch? You guys have fun watching this? I had fun watching this, man. I had fun watching this. Let me just double check. I had fun watching this. By YouTube outro, as always. YouTube, if you watch this, please remember to like, subscribe. If you can help us reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, really would appreciate that. But yeah, as always, take care, YouTube. Oh, and also check out the Twitch. Bye. And a big thank you to this month's Twitch subscribers: Jabes, Wildane303, Kaiser Ingy, Mepanator, Wafflecopf, Callum Derp, Soft and Sally, Morning Calf, Fury Arrow 01, Treesap Jake, Yazoo_bot, Brolifer, It's Carl's Designs, Selly_Kitty, and The Juice 056.